Maryland's eastern shore is a coastal plain situated between the Chesapeake Bay and the Atlantic Ocean. It is dotted with countless inlets and wetlands. It was here in March of 1822 that Araminta Ross was born into a world of slavery. Minty, as she was known, would often go into the forest with her father Ben, an enslaved woodsman and shipbuilder. We can almost envision her exploring and catching muskrats in a landscape that has changed very little in 150 years. From her father, she learned to read the landscape, and from her mother, she learned herbal remedies. Beginning in 1844, Minty struck a deal to hire herself out, meaning she could choose where she worked and pay her enslaver an annual fee from that income. She chose to work for watermen and merchants, allowing her to gain knowledge of the world and explore the region. She learned to navigate by the stars and gained valuable information about slavery and freedom living in the border region of Maryland. She also met and married a free black man, which is when she changed her name to Harriet Tubman. Harriet escaped slavery by running away to Philadelphia. She later noted, "I had reasoned this out in my mind. There was one of two things I had a right to, liberty or death. If I could not have one, I would have the other." In Philadelphia, the black abolitionist William Still introduced her to the abolitionist community. She became a popular activist and speaker throughout the Northeast. But Harriet Tubman did not want to wait for words to change minds. She set out to go back to Maryland to help other slaves escape. Thus began an almost decade-long effort, including at least 13 trips into Maryland's eastern shore. Moses, as she was called, led over 70 enslaved people to freedom, traveling at night and utilizing the Underground Railroad network to escape to Philadelphia. Once the Fugitive Slave Act was passed in 1850, it became even more dangerous for free blacks. Many had to travel further northward to Canada to ensure that they were not captured and returned to slavery. Tubman's fight for freedom continued during the Civil War. In 1861, she worked with the governor of Massachusetts to arrange for her to go to Port Royal, South Carolina. There she nursed soldiers and worked as a spy using 8 black scouts to convey information about Confederate positions. In June of 1863, she led a group of 300 black soldiers along the Combahee River in South Carolina. In one of the largest liberating actions of the war, she helped 800 enslaved persons escape to Union ships, making her the first woman to plan and execute a major military operation in American history. Always a woman of direct action, she continued fighting for equality even after the Civil War. In the post-war world of racial animosity, a world that saw even the famous Harriet Tubman assaulted on the railroad trip back to New York, she continued to fight for black rights. Alongside her home in Auburn, New York, she created a rest home for blacks to be cared for, even if they had nothing to pay for their care. She also fought for women's rights, becoming a suffragist and fellow speaker alongside Susan B. Anthony. She proudly noted at a convention in 1896, "I was the conductor of the Underground Railroad for 8 years, and I can say what most conductors can't say. I never ran my train off the track, and I never lost a passenger." Surrounded by family and friends, Tubman passed away in 1913 from pneumonia, but her legacy of courage and justice still inspires us today.